Okay, still number one, we're on part C and D now. All right, so part C is kind of like the opposite of part B. All right, here they're asking if f of x equals -2, if y equals -2, what is x? And what points are on the graph of f? All right, so let's take a look at this. So f of x equals -2. That means we're going to put our -2 over here, right? We're just filling it in from up above. And we're actually going to solve for x. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put everything over on the left-hand side. That makes the quadratic positive, and that's kind of nice. All right, so we're going to add 3x squared to both sides. That gives us a positive 3x squared. We're going to subtract 5x from both sides. That gives us a minus 5x. Drop down the -2, and this equals 0. All right, so basically we put everything over the left, set it equal to 0. And now what we're going to do is we're going to factor this guy. All right, so if you had a really good Algebra 2 teacher last year or a super good Algebra 1 teacher a couple years ago, you're going to remember how to factor this stuff. When you do so, you're going to wind up with 3x plus 1 and x minus 2. So if you were to go in reverse and to FOIL this, you will wind up with 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. All right? And come on over here. And remember now what you're supposed to do is take each of these factors, 3x plus 1, set that equal to 0, and also x minus 2, set that equal to 0. We're solving for this thing, right? We're solving for x. All right, so do a little bit of math, and you're going to discover that x equals -1/3. And over here, x equals 2. Okay, so it asks us what x is. So this is the answer to the first part. All right, we just solved for x. 2 answers, actually. And now they're asking what points are on the graph. All right, so what we have is, remember, your points are your x, y values, right? So x value for one of the points is -1/3. And the y value is what they gave us, the -2. So that's 1 point. And the other point would be the other x value that we solved, +2, right up above. And then the y value they gave us way at the beginning, -2. Right, so those are our 2 points. All right, and part D, what's the domain of f? Well, take a look at the function way up above. Are there any fractions? No. Are there any radicals? No. Which means, are there any restrictions? No. So if there are no restrictions in our domain, then our domain is all real numbers. And remember, for all real numbers, I think the calculus teachers next year is going to want this notation. All right, we'll say from -infinity to +infinity. That's your all real numbers. All right, let's take a look at E and F.